We got to talking today in a training that I was offering, and I'm going to kind of throw it out here so you have some thoughts as well. Step outside here, just see what kind of a day we got going on here. Stuffy, as usual. We got to talking about the quality of the questions, how important it is that what we ask dictates the direction that the conversation is going. Now, why is that important? Never ask why questions. What makes that important? Because whoever is asking the questions controls the conversation every single time. What we went over and what was eye opening for a lot of the people that were on the training this morning was that there's only two reasons that questions are asked. Either somebody is trying to control you and manipulate the situation. The easiest way to go over that is to just look at like sarcasm. When you go, really? Really, did you mean that? You're not looking for the answer, because the other way, or the other reason people ask questions, is when they actually want an answer that's going to help them with whatever it is that you're trying to talk about. So they're actually asking a question to get information. We assume, because we're salespeople, that they are asking questions to get information. But when you're in your opening and somebody is drilling you from the time you say, "Hey, John, it's Tony. How are you? Who's this again? Why are you calling me? What is this about? They don't want the answer in order to get more information. They want the answer in order to hang up. Who did you say you're with? I'm with ABC Company. Oh, yeah, I'm not interested. Click. What is this about again? Oh, I'm calling about the information or the form you filled out on Facebook for final expense. Click. So why answer those questions? I think you're a scam. Hang on till the end. I'll give you the answer for that one. The important part is that you are asking questions that actually matter. And by asking them questions after they ask you a question, it makes them feel like they're in control when you really are. Always answer a question with a question. Always answer a question with a question, especially early on. Now, we bypass everything in the opening that has to do with anything that doesn't matter. So if I'm still in the very, very, very beginning, hey, whatever your opening is. Hey, John, it's Tony. Now, if you're saying I'm getting back to you about some form you filled out, I think that's awful. But we identify ourselves just to kind of buy ourselves some time. So, hey, Mary, it's Tony, licensed medical underwriter for the state of North Carolina. And the reason I've been trying to get a hold of you, and you just kind of start going at that point, and you buy yourself a few seconds there. If I get cut off anywhere in that point, who'd you say this was again? I'm going to keep talking because they just want it to derail me. I'm just going to keep moving. Well, the reason we've been trying to get in touch with you is it looks like your eligibility for the new state regulated plans hasn't been confirmed. Any reason that you haven't responded to that information by now? It's a question. I don't know what you're talking about. I expect that response. So knowing where the question's going is paramount. The question itself, it's being a good attorney. Never ask a question that you don't know the answer to. So we are going to set everything in motion, knowing that when I ask that question, have any reason you wouldn't have responded to this information by now? They're going to say, I don't know what you're talking about. What information? And they feel like they're in control, but I already knew they were going to say that. So my script goes right into it. Well, Mary, looks like you may be eligible for the new state regulated plans for North Carolina for fixed income households. And if you remember, and I just go into what we were talking about. But the perception is to them that they are in control because they asked me the question. Real simple little things there. Now let's go back to the biggie. I'm not going to give you any of my information. I'm just not comfortable giving out my social security number. You could be a scam, Tony. I don't even know who you are. Question with a question. Well, I guess you're right, John. How would you know? Most of you don't have the ability to even say that because it scares you. You're shaking just saying it right now, and you're probably just shutting off the video. So for the rest of us that are still here, that works 100% of the time because they have to respond. How questions set you free. I got to have the price. I got to have the price. I got to have the price. I got it, Tony. I'm going to get to that. That's a great thing. I'm going to get that in just a couple minutes. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, Tony, seriously. Just got to get to the price. Just got to get to the price. How am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to do that? Bzz. Most of you can't shut up long enough, but if you can, that question will set you free. How am I supposed to do that? Well, just give me the price. How am I supposed to do that, Betty? You just can't give me. They're going to keep asking questions. You just can't give me a price? How am I supposed to do that? Well, this is a silly question. Why you keep asking me the same question over and over again? It seems like you seem to know what's going on here. Is it possible maybe you have spoken to more than one person? Seems like you're still shopping around. I'm going to start barraging. I'm taking back control. In any case, hopefully that helped you out. If that is the kind of training that you are missing, feel free. I put stuff on YouTube for free for this reason. If you want some more direct help, obviously reach out to me. We can talk about something. Doesn't require you to move unless you feel like you need a new home. That's perfectly fine as well, but the industry's big enough. There's plenty of information out there. We can work something out.